Hello again, YouTube. This is going to be the last video until later on today, but I want to talk about wealth and riches. And I want to talk about the side that people are not paying attention to and what the Bible teaches that people obviously don't believe it based on their behaviors. Let me see something right quick. Let's see if this is business related. Okay, so we hear a lot of YouTubers and we see people on Instagram and Facebook, regular television talking about this thing called wealth. And trust me when I tell you, there are some more advantages than disadvantages. But on this one I want to talk about, I wouldn't be a prophet if I didn't talk about the disadvantages. The disadvantage. You say, well, how would you know? How would you know you ain't wealthy? First of all, you're right. I'm not. But you don't know how wealthy I am. You don't know, okay, how much money do I have in this car right now? Let me show you what I'm saying. People will call you a dusty, right? Okay, you hear the change, right? I got a... Y'all hear that? This is all cash. How much is it? Y'all hear it? This is a lot of bills. Paper money. It's a whole... How much is it? What is the dollar amount that I have in my hand right now? Y'all see the point I'm making? See, always understand when your wealth causes you to disrespect other people, the devil is at work. You done either did some rituals to get what you got, or the devil done did some rituals on you, on your mind. Because see, you just supposed to enjoy it and be grateful, but people don't do that. They don't do that. That's why I say, and this is why the Bible says, riches are deceitful. They're deceitful. They cause people to be evil. They cause people to treat other people with disrespect and hatred. And you can't tell me I don't know, because I go places and I'm seeing people that have money. And I'm saying, you know, you would want to live around them because they're not going to steal. But there's drawbacks to having money too. Because having a lot of money, being a millionaire, is going to put you like, you're going to be floating like in between. Like you ain't going to know. You can't deal with the broke people too much because they're going to be asking you for stuff and they might try to put you in the trunk. You can't deal with the rich people too much because they're going to be inviting you to stuff that you don't do. And you'll end up doing some really dark things sometimes. So you just be floating. That's one of the drawbacks. It's like you can't trust anybody. You can't trust the rich and you can't trust the poor. You know, who's going to lose their soul for money? Not an intelligent person. And some people are smart in category. They're categorically smart. But if you're willing to give up eternity for temporary life that you might only live 60 years, 65, 70, 75. A lot of people done passed on. Marvin Hagler's gone. I watched Marvin Hagler as a kid. We used to have fight parties. He's gone. Butch Reed. Remember Butch Reed from wrestling, the heyday of wrestling? He's gone. Razor Ramon, gone. I mean, these be hitting you because you grew up watching these people. Like when that happened to Madonna, I said, oh, no, not another. Yeah, I know she was probably doing some stuff. But listen, when I look at Madonna, I don't see who she is now. I see the product that she made. And I was like, Oh man, it's finna be another one. I remember when we first started watching videos, Madonna. VH1 used to have black people like that. So we started liking them. Like, yeah, this is good music. Madonna, Cyndi Lauper. I still listen to that stuff time after time. Still listen to it. Ain't gonna never stop. 80s music to me is the best genre of music. And most of what I play is 80s music. So, but look what happens when you start letting your guard down because you rubbing elbows with different people now. And people, you got a lot of them starting to come out and they starting to break it down. They starting to tell us a little more. Slim Thug was just, I watched his whole video, man. He was laying some nuggets. You know? If you watch General Tito, man, it's obvious he be reading. It's obvious that he know about stuff. Stop. These people just want to bring up stuff from the past. Like, anybody could change. Beat him. If he's wrong about what he's saying, beat him with talking point. Some of these dudes be talking loud but don't be saying nothing. All right, let's hear you debate him then. Every time I look up, somebody bringing this up. Well, this. Just like people call you a dusty. Again, let me ask y'all. Y'all hear this? Listen. How much money is that? How much is it? Then how can you call a person a dusty just because sometimes I choose to get my hair styled and rolled? Sometimes I don't. But guess what? I'm the same person either way. The same person. See, weak dudes try to take that from you. They try to either bring up stuff from the past, like the fact that I'm a preacher now, a lot of people try to bring up the past. They do it to me. Most of them do it behind my back. Man, I ain't trying to, man. I used to run with him. I know how he is. Do you know how I am now? I used to run with him. Man, I ain't trying to hear nothing about him, man. I remember we had drama. So you're going to judge a person their whole life by something that happened 25 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Some things, they stick with you, and that's just the repercussion. Should have never did it. But at the same time, this is the deceitfulness of wealth. People who don't have it do dastardly things. They say dastardly things. They come on here, they don't got nothing else but their ears. So when you say something they don't like, right or wrong, a lot of them is going, yeah, but it's always the dusty. Man, you listen, man. I'm monetized, so I ain't gonna tear off into you like I could, because you're not worth messing that up. But man, it's always the dusty one. Dude, you're a man, I'm a man. You're a man, I'm a man. In a spiritual mind, in a logical spiritual mind that's trying to gain approval with God, what would two men do? What would we do? If we wouldn't go there, then why do you try to judge another man's beauty? Y'all dudes getting on my nerve with this. It's just annoying, man. It's like 5 seconds of annoyance. And again, if you ain't gonna show your face, just understand, man, you operating in femininity. Whether you want to believe it or not, you coming at guys. Now, I can expect that from the women, because some of them, they might not look as good and they don't like what we saying. or they might just be a person that's against what we saying. But y'all dudes, man, when I come at people, I come at them on my account. My main accounts, you know it's me. But these guys, they like the lion from the Wizard of Oz. Please give me a chance to slap you in the nose. Be afraid, be very afraid. Just like the lion from the Wizard of Oz. And all of this is on subject. It's the deceitfulness of riches. Riches, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. It's the root of a lot of fathers ain't there for their kids. You was trying to drug deal. You was trying to get the money the fast way. You got indicted. You didn't see your kids grow up. Deceitfulness of riches. You in jail for robberies. Deceitfulness of riches. You gave up your freedom just to have a piece of money. You should have more savvy than that. Okay, if it's already done, what's already done was already done. When you get out though, when you get out, put the pedal to the metal, put your head down like a bull and bull some stuff over. Don't be going back and forth to jail. Man, I ain't finna be out here broke. If you try to rob somebody, you ain't finna be out here. People got Ring doorbells, all kind. They got. Man, I wonder, could you see it? I'm looking right at the camera on the street light, but I don't know if I turn it, if you're gonna be able to see it. They know what you're doing, man. They got secret agents everywhere. Okay, say for instance, say they got a couple secret agents out here watching me, right? And you do something right where they are. Even though they watching me, they gonna take you down. There's secret agents everywhere. They could be watching somebody else. If they see you do something, they gonna report it. You got undercover agents, man. People get thirsty for that money. They be selling to undercovers. You can't tell me, I don't know. I know when, see, I don't go off into my business on YouTube because it's weak dudes on here. They're weak. They docs. They try to call themselves, this is what people do. And a couple people, I ain't gonna say their name, but I know this is what you did. You went to somebody's enemies. People who ain't gonna get no fair report. They don't like them. You went to a dude's enemies and tried to ask about that dude. They ain't gonna vouch for nothing that he says. Don't go to a person's enemies expecting to learn about them. They ain't gonna tell you the story. Just like distant dudes. A distant dude. This is what I call a distant dude. A guy that stay in your neighborhood, right? But he ain't with you like that. He ain't with the crew like that. Oh man, they ain't have it like that, man. They wasn't doing that. You might have grew up playing basketball on the same playgrounds, going to the same center, recreational centers. But some stuff you just wasn't there, so stop talking about it. For somebody to get mad at you. People from your job would be going to your enemies and these distant dudes. What can he tell you? He wasn't with us. He just knows us. I'll give you an example, right? My neighborhood. The people that we strongly associated with, we 19th and Hampton, right? 18th and Hampton, 19th place, 20th through 24th, Long Island Drive. You see all that? The other side of Hampton. But guess what? You can't just go to any old body to find out about me or about, like some of them I can't tell you, I can't speak on them. I can only speak on the ones that was around me a lot. But this is what people do, people from your job. Oh man, I know such and such. He said, that's the enemy. Don't go, well, he said he grew up with him, this, that, and that's the enemy. And let me tell you something about enemies. Because you don't get along with everybody from your neighborhood. They ain't going to bring up how you was beating them down or nothing like that. They going to try to bring up lies. And they going to try to bring up what they think. I know because people done did it to me on Facebook. Oh man, he this, he that. But then some of them, they knew you ain't like them, so they wasn't around. They'll be bringing up stuff when y'all was 11, 12, 13. That's how people do. All of this is caused by the love of money. This is what the Bible was teaching. Love not the world. Use the things in the world to gain temporary enjoyment. But don't use the things in the world searching for satisfaction, especially from an eternal standpoint. Don't give up your eternity for any of this stuff or any of these people. But people do it all the time, though. They do it all the time. They get rich. They don't like you because you're not rich. And then some people not rich, and they don't like people because they are rich. That's why some of the people didn't like Trump. It wasn't always what he said. Some of that stuff, people just don't like rich people like that. And rich people don't like poor people. It's all deceitful. Because everything you doing, you're going to give account in the day of judgment. Like the rich dude that was laughing at the poor people in the restaurant. Man, trust me when I tell you he's a prophet. He is not going to get away with that. Even if he got saved and got peace with the Most High is still going to take away from him because of that event. Laughing at them broke people, the poor people. Just be happy you got it. And they be on YouTube talking hella crap. But here's my assessment. I'm going back to what y'all used to say about them preachers. If most of your wealth came from people giving to you, you definitely should be modest and humble. If a lot of your money comes from people buying your product, you should be happy they buying it. You shouldn't be looking at them with disdain. That's dumb to me. Your clientele, you supposed to respect your clientele. That's how I know a lot of these dudes ain't never been in the hood like that. They ain't never been street, which ain't nothing wrong with, but you do learn some things out there. I know you a little preppy proper boy if you don't know how to respect your clientele who put you where you are. I know you ain't been getting down in business like that. You just another gift of gab type of dude. You a dude that know how to put his words together and market himself. But because you know how to market, that don't make marketing and sales is two different things. But anyway, this is how people be, man. This how they be. They let riches go to their head. The Most High be testing the mind. Y'all know that, right? He know what you got in your noggin. But here's what I want to do. To all the rich people who look down on people that ain't there yet, who getting people that's getting there and they trying to act like that, you doing rituals, you putting this temporary life in front of eternity. This is what I think of you right here.